Welcome to another episode of Rate Your Pain 1 to 10. I got some new swag in I'm pretty stoked on. If anyone is interested in any, please let me know. But anyways, my name is Jack, and today we have the top 5 misconceptions of RSD or CRPS. Please keep in mind that this list is in no way official, nor am I speaking for the RSD community as a whole. I'm simply speaking from my own personal experiences, as well as common experiences others have told me. So with that being said, let's get started with number 5. Number 5. All doctors are well educated on CRPS. This is not always the case. Unless a doctor specializes in CRPS, neuralgia, neuritis, or other neurological pain diseases, then chances are they only know what they were taught in medical school, which isn't much. I went to my first appointment at a new GP one time. When I told him I have RSD, and not many doctors I've met know much about it, his exact quote was, "Well, they did teach us about it in medical school," which said to me that was about as far as his knowledge went on the disease. I'm sure any professional out there, in any field, will agree that reading a chapter in a book doesn't make you an expert. Years of hands-on experience does that. Hence where the word expert derives from. You want a doctor who has experience treating CRPS, otherwise you'll suffer in pain while experimenting with prescription drugs you have no need to be on. So don't be afraid to ask your doctor how much experience they have in treating your disability and how many patients they've treated in the past with it. Number 4. Everyone experiences CRPS in the same way. This is a big misconception made a lot of times by newer doctors and ones who don't have much experience in treating patients with CRPS. These particular doctors will tend to put us into what I call a cookie cutter form of treatment. Not all medications and treatments work the same for everyone, and this is very important to know when tackling RSD. It depends on our symptoms, where they reside, our brain chemistry, tolerance levels, and many more factors that need to be taken into consideration. However, this misconception is not exclusive to doctors, and I don't want to sound like I'm picking on them, as I'm very thankful for doctors, especially the ones who have helped me through my journey. I'm simply stating that these doctors do exist out there, and hopefully in small numbers. Also, as a patient, it's very important for us to recognize whether or not we're receiving proper, adequate, and relevant medical treatment. Number 3. CRPS is only caused from a serious injury or nerve trauma. This actually depends on what type of CRPS you have. Type 2, also formerly referred to as causalgia, is usually onset by a distinct nerve injury, while type 1, also referred to as reflex sympathetic dystrophy or RSD, can be caused by indirect illness or injury, and you might not have a clue what caused it. 90% of patients with CRPS have type 1. If you've watched my previous episodes, you will have heard more than once that it isn't always an injury that causes RSD. Take Melinda from my last interview, for example. She got RSD for the first time at 17 years old with no direct cause or reason they could medically find. People have gotten it from needle injections and IVs being inserted. Another person has gotten it from a simple spider bite. I've had other viewers write in and tell me they have it again with no cause or any recollection of an injury. Sometimes the cause might be so minor that you don't remember the exact situation. This is why this disease can be so scary, because we don't know why some people get it and others don't. There's no pattern, there's no rhyme, rhythm, or reason to it, except that most of the time it is caused by an injury or trauma. So please try not to assume or judge someone when they tell you something you might not understand. Educate yourself first. Number 2, the pain isn't real. It's all in our head. This is definitely one of the more hurtful misconceptions we get as patients of an invisible disease. On a good day, I may be able to go out for a few hours, be social, laugh, and have fun. I will also try my best to hide the pain, so I don't feel like a burden on my normal friends or family. What also you don't see is that pretty much for the next day or two, I'm bedridden from the pain. I won't be able to sleep the next couple of nights through because my legs will be cramping so bad just from the extra walking required for whatever it was we did that day. When we have to live with a permanent chronic pain disease, at some point it becomes a daily norm, and you tend to stop showing how much pain you really are in. I mean, think about it. Would you want to be crying forever, or at some point would you at least try to accept it? Unfortunately, though, that is when people start asking if you're getting better or if you're healed. Which leads me into our number 1 misconception of CRPS. CRPS is temporary and will eventually heal or go away. This is one I deal with on the regular. I can't even tell you how many people have asked me or my wife over and over again, "Are you getting any better yet? When are you going back to work?" You're still walking with that cane? Well, it's been 7 years now, guys, so what do you think? I'm sorry if I sound rude about this, and I apologize if one of you watching have asked me one of these questions before, but I'm referring to the repeat offenders, the ones who continue to ask these questions after I have well explained the outcome. Now, it does happen in rare cases where the RSD does go away, but for the majority of us, it is a life sentence. I guess it's hard to say whether or not I will have it for the rest of my life, though, because there's always that chance I may win the lottery of medical miracles. Statistics say, however, that for most of us, it will be lifelong. On top of all that, it more often gets worse with time rather than improving. The pain becomes more intense, more sensitive, allodynian atrophy gets worse, and it could even spread to other limbs and parts of the body. In the worst cases, it has taken the lives of patients, usually by spreading to their stomach, which makes eating and drinking absolutely unbearable, to the point where they stop altogether. So this disease is much more serious than the general public realizes, which is why I feel it is so important to spread awareness as much as I can on this platform here. Well, that is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Are there any misconceptions that you could think of that I might have missed in this video? Please let me know down below in the comment section. Or if you just have any other questions about RSD, CRPS, please feel free to ask in the comments down below as well. If you'd like to see more top 5 videos, please make sure you smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified as soon as my next videos are uploaded. Thanks everyone for watching, and stay safe out there. Peace.
You'll have to fight for it. Prepare for battle.